How's it going, everybody? My name is Warner Fields with Fields of Profit. I'm a six-figure Amazon seller and full-time student, and in this video I'm going to be answering probably the question I get the most, which is how do I start selling on Amazon if I don't have a ton of money to start up. I fortunately was able to start with about 3,000. I know a lot of you guys aren't able to start with that, so this video is going to show you two methods that you can use to go ahead and start with just a couple $100, definitely less than $1,000. Before we jump into it, if you guys are new sellers and want to check out our absolutely free Amazon seller Discord, that's going to be linked down below. And as well, if you could hit the subscribe button, I want to be helping out your business. If you could help out mine by hitting that button, let's go ahead and jump into the video. So my personal favorite method for how you can actually get started selling on Amazon is going to require only one software when you first start, and that's Keepa. It's going to cost you about $20 a month, but pretty much any Amazon business model, you're going to have Keepa. So I'm going to show you real quick how you would do this. If you've been watching my videos before, I'm sure you've seen this method, but the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go and find a retail arbitrage or online arbitrage seller. In this case, we are looking for a Walmart branded product because all of these sellers on this listing are buying this from Walmart. They don't have a wholesale account with Great Value. So you know that these people have to be buying it from Walmart, and then therefore their stores are probably also full of products that are from Walmart. So you're just going to go ahead and click through some mid-sized sellers here. I like to look for usually less than 1,000, but it seems to be some pretty big sellers on this listing. But we'll go ahead and click through here and see what we can find. Looks like they've got only 164 items, but they were doing 96 reviews per month, which means they're doing probably 10,000 orders a month with just 164 items. And it looks like we got Equate. These are all retail arbitrage or online arbitrage products, if I had to guess. Just buying this from Walmart and Target and whatever online stores. And then from here, you're going to just copy this item name here, paste it into Google, and see what you can actually find it for. So in this case, it looks like we're looking at a $4.74 buy cost here. So there's probably not a lot of profit here, but you can use this as a free Chrome extension up here. It's called FBA Calculator. So up here, you would type that in and then go 474. So you can see we're making only about 50 cents. So definitely not worth hopping on this listing. I guess this seller is only selling it for $9.90, so they're only making $1 per unit here. So I'd imagine that this seller is doing a pretty good amount of volume, but probably not making a lot of profit just based on this product alone. But you can kind of see the process here. Let me go back to this storefront. You're just going to copy and paste all of these products until you find one that is profitable for your storefront. Let me go off of just intuition here and see if I can find something that might be profitable. I'm going to go ahead and check this one out. We're going to copy this into Google, and you'll kind of get the hang of what's profitable, what's not over time. Looks like this might be the same product. It looks like it's only in store right now, but Walmart sells it, so probably you can actually go wait for it to come back into stock. Or you could also walk into your Walmart, see if it's in stock. It's not in stock near me, but it looks like it was $7. It's selling for $16. If I can get this page to load, I can kind of run through the Keepa graph and show you what it will actually sell for. Looking at this Keepa graph here, I'll just show you what I see here. So it looks like this pretty consistently sells for about $14, and then a whole bunch of sellers came onto this listing here. I bet it went on clearance at Walmart or something, and a bunch of people raced to the bottom. Based on this, I bet it went for clearance for $2. And now people are starting to sell out, and then eventually this price will come back up. So one little nugget I'll say for Keepa and prices going down is if you see a massive increase like this and it starts tapering off, the price is likely to recover because it was either a clearance deal or people are going to sell it and then try to look and restock it, and then it's no longer profitable in here, and then this number of sellers will go way back down. That's just what I've noticed in the past. But let's say it's not on clearance, you're able to buy it for $7 at your local store. We'd type in 14 here, and then $7, you only be making $1.40. So again, we would probably pass on this product, but you can see how this process would work. You just copy and paste these products over and over again, and actually wait until you find a profitable product, validate it with Keepa, and then after Keepa shows that you're actually going to make a profit and that this price line is sustainable, then you would go ahead and send it into Amazon. You can through Amazon Seller Central. If you want a more in-depth guide on how to do this sourcing method, this online arbitrage method without Keepa, there's going to be a guide up there. This is just the first method that I personally like for online arbitrage. A couple notes for this method is you actually will probably need to go ahead and get invoices for a couple categories. You can do this with Frontier Co-op or Katy Texas Wholesale. Those are two wholesalers where you don't need to have an LLC or anything like that or a resale certificate to go ahead and get an invoice. Then you can submit that invoice to Amazon. You're going to need to buy buy 10 units of a product that you find on Amazon that's also gated in that category. For example, you could buy I bought a Celestial tea from Frontier Co-op. I bought 10 units and sent it into Amazon with the invoice so that I was able to go ahead and get ungated and grocery, and then you'd be able to sell items like that Easy Bake cookie mix. Just that's going to open a lot of doors for you in the online arbitrage world, and generally those ungatings won't cost you a lot of money, less than $100 for sure, and then you can also sell that product. You'll usually lose a little bit of money on those ungating products that you buy, but you're not trying to make money on those, you're just trying to unlock opportunities for the future. And so there is actually one more method. This is the method that I used myself to start selling on Amazon. This is selling used books. I personally did about $150,000 in used books before I did anything else, which I would personally say is a mistake, because if you have a bunch of capital that you've made selling used books, it's difficult to spend all that money unless you're running like a bulk operation or something like that, and even then it's difficult to spend all the money that you have at your disposal. So in my opinion, it's smarter to build up a good little capital nest egg or whatever with book selling, because you're going to get really high ROIs, meaning we'll go to thrift stores or something like that, and I'll teach you guys how to do all this here in just a second. But you would buy those products for $1, flip it for $20 to $50, and your ROI on that is crazy. But eventually you're going to run out of money, and then that's where you'll need to start doing things like online arbitrage, the method I just showed you, or getting a little bit more advanced with some other tools. But that said, let's go ahead and take a little bit of a deeper dive into how to actually sell books on Amazon to go ahead and get started selling. So for book selling, you're going to need two tools, not including Keepa. I would advise getting Keepa, but it's not absolutely essential for books, but I would get it pretty soon. The first tool that you're absolutely going to need is called Scout IQ. This is a database that is just an app on your phone. It costs $44 a month. If you want to check out a free trial, there's a link down below for a Scout IQ free trial. But basically, you're going to hook it up with a Bluetooth scanner. I personally use a Bluetooth scanner called eYoYo. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you guys real quick. The eYoYo barcode scanner. I personally use this one right here. It's $45. It's a pretty small investment to make in your business. You'll make this money back the first time you go out scanning books. And then this Scout IQ software is $44 a month, which is definitely worth it for the value that it brings. But basically how it works is you're going to pair your scanner with Scout IQ, and this is a screenshot of a book that I found out at a store. And I'm just going to real quick guide you through how you would read this Scout IQ data page to figure out whether or not it's a good buy for your business. So you can see right here, this column is the used column. So these are merchant fulfilled books, meaning these are books that a seller is shipping from their warehouse or their home directly to a customer. And then these are the FBA offers, where you send it into Amazon and Amazon does the fulfillment for you. So naturally you can see there's a little bit of a price bump here on this FBA offer page, because those customers are going to be willing to pay a little bit extra to get that 2-day bump in sales. This is the new merchant fulfilled column, and then this is the new FBA column. If you're buying these books at thrift stores, your books are not new. Don't sell them in new condition. You will get in trouble with Amazon. Up here, it's going to show you the profit you're going to be making. You can change the buy cost. If you tap this button on the app, you can change it to whatever the buy cost is at your thrift store. Personally, my thrift stores charge $1 or $2 for hardbacks, so I usually set the buy cost at $1 and just kind of do some mental math if a hardback comes back as an accept. Right here is your rank. The closer to 1 you are, the faster it's selling. In this case, this book is probably new. It's got a low rank. The merchant fulfilled sellers are close to the FBA sellers, which also tells me that this book is selling really fast. And there's no e-score yet, but there is an e-score on this book. This e-score, basically what it means is it has sold this number of times within the last 180 days. That doesn't mean it's sold 27 times. It means it's sold on 27 different days. So if it's a textbook, for example, it'll sell maybe 20 times every day in August and then 0 times the rest of the year. The e-score could still be 20 or 30 or whatever. So the e-score isn't always perfect on that kind of book, but it is great for those more everyday books. This looks like it was probably a textbook, so the e-score is probably low for that reason, because it's only selling during textbook season. But there's also this box right here. This is the sell back your book box on Scout IQ. It is going to tell you what that's a company. It will buy back your books. If you want immediate cash for the books that you're finding, you can send it into them. In this case, it's not that great of an offer because we can make $50 if we sell it ourselves. But in this case, they were willing to pay almost $4, and we were only going to make $4.26 on this. So you might consider sending it to them, getting that instant cash, keeping your capital flowing. Amazon is all about keeping your money flowing. Make sure that you're spending your entire inventory budget as much as possible, because that money is just going to reinvest itself into more inventory in the long run. You've also got a couple more buttons down here. This button right here will let you actually photo scan the barcode in case something doesn't show up right. You can also photo scan the ISBN number. If there's no barcode on the book, you can photo scan the ISBN number. And then right here, you can also click through to see if there is like a Keepograph. There's a Keepograph built into Scout IQ to see the recent sales on it, what the price is looking like, and see if maybe it's on a temporary spike or something like that. Real quick, I'm going to go through a couple methods that I personally use to find used books. One of these is going to be Book Sale Finder. It basically is a directory of all the books, all the book sales near you. This one probably hasn't been as effective lately because of the illness and all that. But there's probably some opportunity here still. So you can see how there's some ongoing book sales listed here, and then every now and then there'll be these massive used book sales. We've got the summer book sale here listed in Creve Coeur, which is near St. Louis, but there's 20,000 books. You could go in at as soon as it opens with your scanner. There'll probably be other book sales there. It'll be a little competitive, but you will probably make a good amount of money. I've gone to a couple of these in the past, and I've generally made $1,000 to $3,000 in a day's work, which is definitely not bad. And then the next method that I use is going just to regular thrift stores. I'll show you how you could do that here. Let's say, for example, you live in Kansas City. You would just go ahead and type in Kansas City thrift stores, and then you can kind of develop a map of where you want to go. These hearts are all thrift stores that I've been to, and I think are good for sourcing. So over time, you'll just kind of save the stores that you like going to. I don't live in Kansas City, but I've gone there sourcing in the past. That's another strategy you can utilize, is if you have a city within 2 to 4 hours of you that has a lot more thrift stores, you can actually make a little trip out of it. I used to spend weekends where I would go to big cities within reach of me, and I would fill up my car. Generally, you can make probably $2,000 to $5,000 in a weekend doing that, and I would do that probably 2 to 3 times a year. And those were definitely a grind, but you do make money pretty quick doing that. And then I've got one last way for you to find used books to go ahead and start selling when you're first setting up on Amazon. So again, let's say you live in Kansas City. You'll filter by however far you want to drive, and then you could just type in something as simple as books, see what people have for sale on here. Sometimes you'll run into textbooks of college students or something selling those books. I'm not seeing anything that's really sticking out to me. Maybe this box set could be something you want to look up, but you can find some good stuff on here because people generally will underprice their books on Facebook Marketplace against what they're worth. You could also type in textbooks, see if any of these are worth picking up. You'll generally want to probably go local pickup and see what you can actually drive, just because the arbitrage opportunity would probably be a lot better in this case. See right here, we've got a box of 36 textbooks. These look a little old, but you could do a little bit of title searching before you go pick them up, see if anything is really worth anything. We've got maybe a collection of textbooks here. This looks like it actually could be profitable. I don't know how old these books are. I haven't seen them. But you're just going to poke around on Facebook Marketplace, see if any of these textbooks are a good flip for you, and then you could go from there. So that is 2 ways for you to go ahead and start selling on Amazon. I get you guys asking that question all the time, so I figured I'd go ahead and answer it in a video. My personal suggestion for this would be to start with online arbitrage, especially if you're starting with maybe $500 to $1,000. But if you are starting with very little capital, the books game is awesome because you can take those $1, $2 flips, turn it into a lot of money, and get the ball rolling really fast as far as growing your Amazon inventory. If you guys want to go ahead and join our free Discord, again, there's over 2,000 people in there. We're sharing all kinds of information. There's ungating information. We do Zoom calls, Q&A, all that good stuff. If you guys have any questions about starting out on Amazon, drop those down below. I'm happy to answer those. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. All that good stuff is going to help me out with the algorithm. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you next time.